Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
It's a little intimidating. It's like we're like doing like a face-off, kind of distance. But yeah, let's start with your army journey. Like getting 10 years in the army. How was that?
I went in when I was really young, and the army is designed for young guys, really. And I loved it. Had a great time. Got to travel around the world, do interesting things. It was good. And yeah, the thing is, you forget about when it was wet, when it was cold, when you were hungry, when you were tired, when it hurt, all that sort of business. But you remember the good things. So yeah, it's a very good experience. I enjoyed it.
Really? Because for me and in a lot of internet, like army is like scary. Not so much for.
Oh, well, like as a little kid, I always knew I was going to be in the army. If somebody said, what are you going to do? I didn't sort of hesitate. I was like, I'll be a soldier, So I always knew I would do it. And it's designed to push you to your limits. That's what it's all about, because then you know what your boundaries are. Maybe it's designed to push you beyond your limits or extend your limits as you go. So, yeah, there were, like I used to jump out of planes and do bits and pieces, so yeah, it can be maybe that scary.
Yeah. So what was the, I guess, most valuable lesson you learned in the 10 years of being in the army?
Oh, how to stay calm.
Stay calm.
Yeah, how to stay calm in situations, yeah. And I think that carries with me now. If I'm in a situation and people are getting upset or carried away, then I can put it on a scale and just go, nah, this ain't the end of the world, just relax, yeah. So probably staying calm, yeah.
Well, is there like one specific example that you can think of where, this situation is awful, but I still stay calm and we go through that?
Yeah, there is, and it could have ended badly, and I was more worried that the person in front of me was going to make a mistake because they were nervous. I won't go into detail. And I thought, if this goes bad now, it's just that they are pretty scared and they're going to do something that's going to make the mistake. Luckily they didn't, and it came through. But also when you're young, you're pretty young, when you're young, you've got a lot of confidence and you haven't seen a lot of damage as you go through. So you always think, I'll be okay, I'll work my way through, Like if you said to me today, let's go parachuting or let's jump out of planes, I'd go, nah, I've got daughters and granddaughters and a grandson, so nah, not for me. You guys go and do it. It's not that risky, but I'm not going to take the risk. Yeah.
So after moving from the army, you went into logistics for another 10 years.
Yeah.
A long period of your time. I'm just 2020, so that's pretty much army logistics. It's like my whole life.
That's your whole life, yeah.
Why do you get into that?
Because when I came out of the army, really all you had was the truck license. All the military skills were obsolete. So good military skills, and I saw this with a lot of soldiers, very, very good soldiers, great soldiers. And then they come out and you're sort of a little bit lost in this world, business world, civilian world. But the truck license carried you through. So I ended up like most of the guys in a trucking company. It didn't really suit me. It wasn't really who I was. But I used it to understand business and to, put myself into something I wasn't familiar with. And here's the thing, and you've got to be careful with this. Yeah. Like 10 years goes really fast, Now I know, you'll go, nah, that's a long time. When you look back, you go, it goes very fast. I should have probably, and like people wouldn't do it. Like, your generation won't do 10 years in a job. You'd be crazy. You should do 2-3 years, move on, get the next skill, do something else, try something else. You probably always keep moving like that. I go, yeah, good on you. Before me, people would do a job for life, 40 years or something. It's crazy. So 10 years went fast, and I was in there by accident, never really fitted in. So It was different.
You just stayed for 10 years now, and
Yeah.
got into management role from.
Yeah.
And did that teach you a lot about business?
Yeah, it did. Because in the army, I knew from school I knew nothing about business. In the army, I knew nothing about business, but the army went well for me. It was a good career. And then outside of that, I thought, well, maybe you're going to be hopeless in business in the outside world, so maybe you should try it. You know, I was in my mid-20s by then, and I was starting to feel like I was old. So I thought I should try something. And then when I tried it, it was a lot of learning, you know, like Auckland University for a couple of years, Massey University, Waikato University. So for me, it was about growing and understanding, you know, and trying to grow with it. I didn't pick that up from school. I had to, that was my education, you know, those years in road transport.
Why do you choose business of all other subject, and what interests you about business?
It was just the fascination of it, you know, so to be, can I understand it more and can I be successful in business, you know, so I did that. If I had to do it today, like I wouldn't do business, I'd do ancient history or something, you know. That would be far more fascinating as, you know, I know the Phoenicians or something, and understanding what happened in the world and what's happened there. I would definitely, maybe one day go back into psychology. That's far cooler, you know.
Yeah.
I'm too old for IT and AI and all that, but you know, like those things, really cool. In my day, business as you came through, I thought was, I found it interesting. But yeah, I do something different. Maybe I'll do something different in the future.
And after 10 years in logistics, what made you change and step foot into real estate?
The company I was with, and it was a great company, excellent people. There was a chance I could see the next progression for me, me moving out of Auckland to be where the head office was and the main element of the company, and that wasn't something that I would do. Now, I'm an Aucklander. I just love Auckland. I'm Auckland through and through. So to live somewhere else would kill me. So I thought I'll try real estate and I'll see how well that goes to see if it will work or not.
Stepping into real estate with no experience, some experience with business, and have anyone ever doubted you?
Probably everybody. But, you know, like not most people, but a lot of people that get into real estate, they have people say, oh, you'd be good in real estate, you know. I don't think I ever had that. But I could see, I watched real estate agents and I thought, well, if they can do it, I think I can do that. And that probably gave me the confidence to have a go, yeah.
But still, it's still a very big change, especially after you work 10 years with a stable salary and all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're right.
You're pretty much broke.
100%.
No consistent income.
Yeah, commission only.
Yeah.
Make no sale, get no money.
But you, unlike every other agent, first year you won the Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah. Well, every year, every company's got a Rookie of the Year. So a lot of guys that I know personally are guys that have been Rookie of the Year. So yeah, the first year was very good for me.
40-something sale?
Yeah, 50 odd sales. Yeah, so batted them away. That it worked pretty well. My first sale in real estate, I think it took 11 days. Like today, it would take somebody 6 months, maybe a year. You know, 6 months to 8 months. So 11 days, but after 6 days or 5 days or 7 days, say, I was already going, I wonder if I'll be any good. Maybe I'll be a failure. And I sold on the 11th day, and like everybody, you think, oh, I think I was lucky. And then they just sort of keep coming. So it was pretty good. But I was very dedicated, extremely dedicated, yeah.
Tell me about it. How dedicated and what do you put into it?
24/7 was my attitude. And I knew what my goal was. I wanted to win Rookie. And I had a dollar amount I wanted to earn. And then for that, in my situation at that stage, I had a deal at home with my partner, my wife, and it was, you got to allow me to work every day, all day. you know. So, like we used to go away and have holidays overseas. I said, this year, no holiday for me. You can go, but I won't. Maybe just grab one of your girlfriends and you guys go. And I took what was all my, I'd call them civilian clothes, my relaxed clothes, put them away, and I only had my business clothes. And I just hankered down. And when I was in the office and people would have an idea, we'll go for a beer or we'll go for dinner or do something, I would say to them, no. Next year I'll come for dinner. Next year I'll come for a beer. I'm just busy right now. Yeah. So that was it. It's an absolute focus and dedication.
How old were you?
I was old. It's a good question. Like late 30s or something? Yeah. And I was embarrassed. I was like, shit, am I too old to get into this industry? And real estate agents will kill me for this. But when I looked around, I went, nah, real estate agents are quite old, so I'm okay.
Do you think everyone should have that 1 year or one period of life to be absolutely dedicated on something they're building?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it's hard to know what it should be. You know, like if it was today, what would it be? Would it be real estate? Probably not. Like if I started again, would I say to someone, go and do real estate? And some of the young people joining us right now, I go, you're going to be fantastic, and you're going to have this great earning career ahead of you. And then I look and I deal with other guys that are in AI, and I go, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. Or they're in programming, I go, that's pretty cool. But also it might be something you don't know, you know. Richest, most of the wealthiest people I see around here, they own grocery shops. I go, man, they didn't teach me at school to get a pack and save or a supermarket. They never told me that. That's the way to get rich.
Richard for?
Huh?
Is it Richard for?
No.
It's
No.
not.
but like those guys go down this path that nobody expected, and the wealth is incredible. So yeah, dedicate for 1 year, go extremely hard. Maybe do that a couple of times. Who knows? Yeah.
And you obviously find that hard things in real estate. For young people like us, you know, we're so overstimulated by every choice AI programming. Whatever. What would you suggest to find the thing that you're gonna hit full gas in?
You got to test it, eh? Like you've got to do a few things. You know, like you do AI and go, nah, it sucks, I'm not interested. Or you do, I don't know, like there's literally not a mechanic now. You know, like on my car, the dealership will just get the part from Germany and put it in, you know? And I'm sure the mechanics have a skill around that. But like, I think you just test things and find what do you really like. You know, like I really like the army, but the money was no good, you know? Then I get into business and I go, I've got stability, but I haven't got excitement. Then I get into real estate and go, there's an element of excitement here, and also there's some risk that comes with it, so it keeps me sharp as I go. But like, just find something, you know. My daughters are all doing different things, and they'll all have enormous success with each area they go into, but they're all three different things, you know. So I think just when you find something, you'll know. You'll know because you'll suddenly go, it's quite easy. It's hard. You go, it's easy. You know? Then you know, okay, I've got a talent in this.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy it, then you're like, okay, sweet, let's go. Yeah. And then time will take off, you know. Yeah.
And so, getting into real estate obviously is something for you, and you made a lot of money along this 20-something years career. But the 20 years beforehand, do you think that's a waste of time?
Yeah, I wonder about that, you know. I wonder about that. Because I look at people that didn't lose 10 years in the army. So 10 years in the army, you make no money. You know? It's back in those days, you know, when I was in there. And if I'd put that 10 years in the business, I'd have had a far better head start.
Yeah.
So, but then you've got to work out where's the reward? Is it only money? And I look at the guys that are driven only, you say this is the counter argument. I look at the guys only driven by money and I go, yeah, but you missed out on a lot, you know? And today I realize I'm not actually driven by money. It's just that I want comfort and I want some excitement and I want some stability and I want a little bit of luxury as I go through, yeah? So I would be in a far better position if I hadn't done the army, so I've gotten earlier to real estate, far better position. But if I could have the money and the army, I'd do that. Yeah, I wouldn't do real estate. I'd say, forget it. You get lost. I won't do it. Transport, won't do it. Army and earn whatever you want it. I go, I'll be army. Yeah.
So, what do you think you gain in that 10 years and 10 years of army and logistics before the excitement, before you enter this phase?
The army would be discipline, confidence, and as we said at the beginning, staying calm. And the ability to push yourself a little bit, yeah. Then the business side would be the confidence in business, that I could talk to people, you know. I wasn't overwhelmed if I was talking to a CEO or a general manager or whatever. And I could understand how it all clicks together numerically. So I think I brought all that forward into real estate. But look, you know, I've got, there's a young lady in my team, similar age to you.
Oh, yeah.
She will be extremely successful. And she's starting her career now with the risk of no income. In 5 years' time, like she'll just be at this earning level that nobody else will be at. You know, she'll just nail it. And she's right for this job, you know.
Who is right for real estate?
Somebody who's smart, somebody who can think, somebody who's, unless they, for a younger person, somebody good on technology and systems, and somebody who will put in the time and the effort for it, yeah. The ones that fail, so that'd be the opposite side, so who fails? The ones who fail are the ones who think it's about looking good, driving good cars, you know, flash clothes and whatever. They tend to fail pretty quick. It's about working hard. You know? So the person who can work hard and survive will make it. And along the way, because it's commission only, even some of the good ones run out of money, they won't make it. Yeah. So it's a pretty brutal business, that one.
Do you think, wait, I have one question, but I'll go back to this one first. You're talking about communication skills, and because my mom keep telling me when I'm talking with others, I think very surface level. I don't dive into what, I don't look at what people are saying. I just speak whatever come to my mind. Do you have any suggestions for young people in how to get better when communicating with others?
Yeah, ask questions. Always ask a question. So when you're younger, you're trying to act like you know what you're doing. When you're older, you don't need to. Like, I don't care. You know, literally, I don't care. Like, if they like me, don't like me. If they think my hair I should get a haircut, I go, I don't care. I don't care what you think. You know, it just doesn't work. You know, honestly, it doesn't work me. You can tell me I should get a haircut, and I go, yeah, I don't care. So, but at the beginning, you care, and you try and act smart, you know? Now I just go, actually, I am just what I am. And if you say something and I don't understand it, I'll say, I don't understand it. What do you mean? Why? Why do you think that? Why does it go that way? So yeah, so
You're speaking right to me right now.
Beautiful. And that's it. So just go to them, and when they say something, say, what? I don't even understand what that means. I will tell people in a week, in a normal week, maybe in a normal month, somebody will be having a conversation, I'll say, what is that word? Like, I don't even know what that word means. I can't say it. I don't even understand it. What is that word? You know? And quite often they're showing off and they don't know. Or somebody who's trying to explain something and I go, I have no idea what you're talking about. How does this work? What is it? And then I work out they don't even know.
Yeah.
So just ask, you know, and it's a refreshing place to be. And if you're younger, you're going to learn faster. Talk to the old guys like me and say, how does that work? What is that? And then when you say something, you go, I don't know, tell me again. Then they'll get it, yeah.
So just ask and don't be worried that you're not smart enough.
100%. Yeah, 100%. So my guys, my team, the salespeople I work with, I tell them also, I always ask a question and then ask a subsequent question. Yeah, so you get an answer, drill down deeper, and then drill down deeper. Yeah, and then there's a negotiation strategy. There's a guy, Herb Cohen, really old American, Italian American. In my mind, a very good negotiator, very good negotiation trainer. And one of his tactics, I guess, strategy, is he said, try and look like you're the dumbest guy in the room. I was like, wow. Okay. So before that, I tried to look like I was the flashiest, slickest salesperson, had all the answers, I was sharp, and I had the pinstripe suits. And then I read Herb Cohen and he goes, yeah, that just creates barriers. Look like the dumbest guys and ask them questions. I was like, hey, I'll try that. And that worked far better. Crazy, huh? Herb Cohen.
Bro, I'm still processing what you're saying, because that's a lot, you know, to like humble yourself down.
Yeah, and it's counterintuitive.
Yeah, it's not what people would think.
Yeah, so in real estate, you know, so yeah, okay. I used to I'd go to Melbourne, buy a pinstripe suit, so I'd have a pretty good tie on, etc. And I remember at one stage we were trying to recruit people, and somebody said, yeah, but you're so intimidating. I'm like, you're joking. Like I'm like a pussy. I'm like the easiest guy in the world to, you know, why would you be scared of this? And they go, look at it. You're in a pinstripe suit, you look like the mafia, you know, everybody thinks you're the Italian guy. So then I worked out, okay, maybe I don't do that. So today, I don't look like a real estate agent. I look like the person I'm dealing with. I don't want to put up barriers, you know. And when I talk to them just normal, like we're talking, you know. I'll technically know exactly what I'm doing. I'll be an expert in the business, but I just want to talk to them normally, so they don't feel that they've got a salesperson sitting in front of them. Yeah. And it makes life easier.
Definitely. And my question next is, in this day and age, young people like us, we are driven by this idea from social media to get fast money, to be millions by 20 years old. And from your story, it took you a while. Like, what do you think about it?
There's all different ways to do it. You know, I've only just worked this out, right? Because maybe Herb Cohen's right. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. Maybe I'm the dumbest guy in the room. And there's all different ways to do it. And the way to make money is save more than you spend and consistently put it away and do something with it. And in New Zealand, for most of the population, that has been property. Like real estate agents will shoot me. I don't know if that's the best strategy going forward. I think commodities or shares, and certainly in where I'm looking now, I think that's probably a smarter move than property. You know, so if you're going, oh, I've got to buy a house,
yeah.
Mate, why don't you buy some good, you know, tech stock? Like that might make you more money. Why don't you understand Bitcoin, you know, or tradables and whatever this stuff is, it's beyond me. And why don't you dabble in that and see if you can make some money? And then when you make the money, pull it out and put it somewhere safe, you know, put it into a commodity that's a little bit more stable. You know, say if you went to university now, maybe you should do finance and entrepreneur, you know, not even entrepreneur, I think that would be bullshit. I think just do finance and do share trading or something. Yeah, so I think, I look at that and I go, man, your shares can go up and they can be pretty cool, and you need to know when to exit, so maybe you just study that. You study why, the underlying reason that it would have value, and what point do you pull the money out without staying until it's worth nothing. I think there's something interesting in that. If I was younger, I'd be playing that game. Yeah.
Do you know anyone in Auckland that's like that know that side of the business really well?
Yeah, one person, but her mother is older. Mother was a teacher, and is extremely smart, and now has the time to follow stocks, and is giving good advice on stocks. You know, within her family, and everything I hear, I go, wow, okay, really smart, makes sense. Yeah, but not sitting in New Zealand. It's a family sitting overseas, and I go, okay, smarter than me. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm listening to that and thinking, yeah, that's good advice.
So do you think the chasing fast money trend from young people is that awkward?
Nah, because it's like being a kid going, I'm going to be a rock star, or I'm going to be a model, or I'm going to be an influencer or something. And 1,000 kids have that goal, like one will get it. Yeah, so 999 won't get it. You know, so I wouldn't go for the fast money. I'd go for stable money and making the money work for you. You know, that's what I should have done far more of. So yeah, pick something and just put the money over to the side. Real estate agents make a lot of money and then spend more. There we go.
Have you ever made that mistake?
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
Still?
Yep.
Even
yep. Oh, maybe not so much now, because now I haven't got like my ego is less today than it was a few years ago, hopefully a few years ago. And I've suddenly, I can see now, you know, like at one stage I wanted everything.
Yeah.
And now I go, I'm literally the same. I thought about this last weekend, you know.
Yeah.
I'm literally the same as I was when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I needed a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. Today, all I need to be happy, t-shirt and a pair of jeans. Like nothing really changed. All the suits along the way, don't really need them. If I had absolute choice, I'd be at work every day just in jeans and a t-shirt. That's it, yeah. So I don't want to spend and make all that money anymore, you know. So I'm more now about experiences and going things and seeing things, you know. And yet I still have to work hard, but it's those things. It's seeing things around the world that I go, man, that's far cooler than any of the cars I've had, you know, or any of the things I've spent my money on. The experiences are far better, you know. So, you know, you're younger, go in, find what makes money, put the money over the side, make the money work, go out and do experiences. Don't buy flash stuff, it sucks. Just live in your jeans and your t-shirt, go and do things around the world. It's a crazy world.
2 questions. First, I want to talk about ego.
Yep.
You said you don't have as big of an ego, but it's important to have somewhat decent ego to do something.
Yeah, 100%. You got it, man. Yeah. Yeah. So let me ask you, are you better off with lots of ego or no ego? Which way would you go?
I mean, you gotta be wanting to be with the best to get there, you know. If you know, But I wonder sometimes, because am I being unrealistic? Sometimes, definitely, and I don't even want to find a balance, because being realistic is not fun, you know. You want to be living out of your dream, you know.
So what happens so how does it feel if you've got a dream, or you're aiming for something and you don't get there? Are you still happy, or do you feel disappointed? Which way do you go for you?
I guess for a moment I'll be disappointed, but later on I will be like, the journey is actually kind of fun, you know.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yep. So for you, set big goals. You get halfway there, you go, I wanted the big goal, but you go, shit, I'm so happy with what I've done. You're okay. For the person that's so bitterly disappointed, set smaller goals, achieve it, then set your next goal, achieve it, set your next goal, and achieve it. So they've got a different mindset to you. So there'll be people listening that if they miss on something, they're devastated. Whereas you go, it's okay, I pushed myself. So I think you got the right mindset. So have that bit of ego. If you're down here with no ego, you're a monk, and you just wear orange robes, and it's drinking water. Up here with your ego, you can have a bit of fun. But then at a certain stage, you find the balance on that. Yeah.
That's great. And I don't remember the second question now. But no, I don't remember it.
So let's do this. So what would your goals be now? What are your goals, and how big and how small are they?
It go from real big to real small to There's different side of my life, obviously. The podcast is not mine, but I'm co-host, creative director, whatever you call it. And I want something of myself, and obviously I still want to grow the podcast to as big as it can be. New Zealand #1 business podcast, or even just podcast in general, whatever.
Fantastic.
That's great and all, but I want something of myself, And the one idea it have been in my mind for a long time that I just haven't made a step to start because I have excuse and whatever, right? Is to build like an online community of young people, pretty much kind of like newsletter, but it's more cooler than newsletter. And pretty much you have different pillars of, let's say, sport, let's say music, let's say food, or like other stuff. And we match the people who have similar interests. Because Auckland young people, they always say Auckland is so boring, there's nothing to do. But in reality, there's quite a lot to do.
There's everything to do.
Yeah.
But you need to be so you need to be in a community. Okay, so that's crazy good. That makes sense. And you look at how you can change the way people do things. So my mother, talking to me last week, talked about something that was on TV, and asked me, did you see it? I'm like, we don't even have TV. Like for me, I only watch Netflix or YouTube. I couldn't even find TV 1, 2 or 3 or whatever. I don't even know if that's 1 and 2 now, or 3. I couldn't even find those channels. I would have to ask one of my daughters, do we have this? So there's the change in that, And then Mum would talk about watching the 6 o'clock news, and I'm like, why would you wait till 6 o'clock? Like it's instant, And if I go into the Herald, which is so slow, like it's boring, I'd go, guys, Herald, I'm faster than you. I know more than what you've got in your article. So you do your communities, but then what you want to do is work out, how do I make money out of that? How do you provide a really good service and a connection, but how do you make money? Dabble in it, play with it.
The plan is to promote business for it and charge like a fee to be promoted. But I don't know if I'm showing on something way bigger than me, but that's like a rough idea I have so far. But
it'll work. Like in this area, I'm in a community group. Like I don't know, the Mission Bay community group on Facebook. And somebody's lost their wallet, and here's the keys, and this restaurant was good, and this one was bad. I go, that's pretty interesting. Like that wasn't there before. I'd have to do that to. So if you do that, and then suddenly you've got businesses, and you take Belly Worship, good business around the corner, and you say to Victor at Belly Worship, hey, get on here. You do it. Actually, you can do this. When I wanted to raise my profile on Mission Bay, I thought, what am I going to talk about? I got nothing to talk about. How am I going to do this? So I went and interviewed business owners. So I went into the ice cream shop.
You're doing my job.
Yeah, I was doing your job. So I went into the ice cream shop and interviewed them. How you doing? Went into the Belgian beer place, poured a beer. Here's how to pour a beer. I don't drink beer. Here's a beer. I would go into the coffee shop, make a coffee, whatever, and talk to the locals. So I would interview those business owners to raise my profile in the area, co-brand, and they'd go, okay, the ice cream shop, Wayne's attached, ice cream, Wayne, Mission Bay, good for my business. So now you just go and interview business owners. You do that group and say to them, hey, can I just interview and I'll put you on my channel? And then other people see and they'll come here.
I should just start it.
You just do that. grab a book, Robert Cialdini. This is a guy around negotiation. And he will give you multiple examples through there on how to build a business that's literally in retail, so the restaurants. And you could just give them a little tip each. Say, do this. This will increase the spend in the restaurant. Do this, and you will sell more desserts. Do this, and you will be able to sell the targeted item on your menu. You know.
Can you the book.
Yeah, Robert Cialdini.
Robert. Can you spell it?
Cialdini, C-I-A-L-D-I-N-I, I think, yeah. Best in the world best, like the best in the whole world. Boom, straight to the job. Like, do that, do your idea. How cool is that, man?
Yeah, I know. Bro, the idea is stuck in my mind for so long, but...
And do it and play with it, and if it breaks, no problem. Start it again next year, and don't think everything's going to be great from the start. Just do it and make it pretty clunky, but just make it real. And when I did those interviews, no lighting, no sound, we just do not as flash as this, and it was real. And then when I do something and I'm doing it professionally, it just looks like it's fake. You know? And then that's real. So do the real stuff. Here we go.
Is that just before we wrap up, because we know you're quite busy.
Thank you.
Is there one major, I guess, advice you have for any young people who are wanting to make something out of themselves?
Okay. Go for it and don't be afraid of failure. So don't protect yourself because you'll only do what will win. Because no matter what you do, it's gonna be pretty clunky, and there'll be failures along the way. You know. So just go for it and don't be scared of failure. I was talking to a client, and he's got a massive opportunity, a massive business, and he's putting people into it. And this was crazy. He's interviewing people for it, and he interviewed some that have been bankrupt. And he said, I favour them because they ran it so hard, so long through the toughest phase. You know, it didn't work. A lot of things won't, but they stuck with it. He said, as opposed to people got out too early. So he likes them because they stayed and worked through it. So have a go at what you like. Just go for it. It won't be your entire future. What you think is going to be the most important thing for you won't be. It'll be something you have no idea about, and it'll just appear. You know, that's the reality.